Hello everybody, I'm back to the finishing part of this workshop. Our respected guest Kevin just left with a very good exercise on dry mounting. He was very satisfied with the workshop, was very successful in learning the technique. Still need to practice, I think, but it's a relatively easier method compared to the traditional wet mounting that his father, Charles Chu, did before. So dry mounting is something brand new. Does not come to my attention until about a decade ago. We already introduced this. I think this will overcome the bottleneck in Chinese brush painting, because that part is really make the display difficult if you cannot mount your painting into frame. Okay, thank Kevin for his generosity of giving me a painting, the demo I did with his father's work. This is my favorite, actually, among the paintings he brought to the workshop. This painting is the subject matter is grapes, and the style I can recognize very close to my great teacher Zhang Shuqi's grape, the vine style, but he has his unique personality in showing sweepingly with the lines. It has a very obvious Qi Bai Shi influence, I think. Qi Bai Shi is a very famous artist in Beijing, the area he lived before he came to the United States in 1945. He studied in Beijing and Chengdu, Sichuan during the war period, and then come to the United States after the war. So I guess he has a very strong influence from his contemporary artists like Zhang Shuqi, and also the Peking school of artists like Qi Bai Shi. So combined, and this bug is very Qi Bai Shi. This grasshopper, very Qi Bai Shi. What I'm going to do is I will add this bug on my mimic painting from the Morning Glory I did. I think there's a perfect spot for the bug, for the grasshopper in Qi Bai Shi style. So I'll just use some same ink I used the convenient ink case ink. I just use light ink to draw. I use a watercolor brush because it's a synthetic brush. It's easier to get the ink off. And besides, this paper does not absorb, so I just use whatever in hand. That's the wing. Maybe spray some water. It's kind of hard to get the ink off. Okay, and then the belly, I use just ink. You can use rouge if it's on the white paper with color. I'll do that. And I think he omits all the details and just keep the essence of the Qibai style of grasshopper. I tried not to repeat, but that's okay if you know what you're doing. Okay, let me use another detail brush with a red whisker brush, detail brush. I will do the legs. Hope I got more ink off here. And you can use this for the antenna as well. And one, just like an M, it's very abstract actually. That's very simplified by Professor Chu. I like that. And then the front leg, one. Not too much ink on my brush, and that's okay. You don't want the leg to be too strong. Okay, and finally I'll use dark ink to dot the eye. Trying to hold the paper with, you know what I'm doing now. That's it, the eye. And Qibai Shi would do some sections like on the belly, but oh yeah, Professor Chu has that also. So just use a small brush, add some stripe for the belly. I'll add the mouth because the teeth maybe. Okay, and my mimic of Professor Charles Chu. This is the original. I now own it. Thanks for his son Kevin. He just took my live workshop with mounting his father's paintings. And by the way, I also give my painting away as a thank you gift. This is a very old-fashioned practice. He said his father always give his painting away to his students as well as thank you gifts. So if you order materials from us, don't forget to select your gift painting. I may put this painting for gift. And let me translate this very interesting inscription. First of all, the title of this painting says 平生不食酸葡萄, meaning throughout my life, never eating the sour grapes. You know, the sour grape is a reaction that attitude people tend to have towards something you don't get, and you say that's a sour grape. So what, right? So he has a very optimistic personality and very self-content. He has three selfness. I mean, like self-respect, self-surveillance, self-supervise, and self-decision-making. So never, compared himself to others. That's a very nice motto or aphorism. So his inscription is very traditional, like the part of the composition. You write what you try to say in words, in calligraphy. That's part of the composition. And this is his signature Jirong. His Chinese teacher, his American teacher, gave him an English name, kept the first character C. Jirong spelled as a CH in Wijans, I think. Jirong. And 写, he doesn't use the verb write, but not to use the verb to paint or painted. He says wrote. The painting, the entire painting is calligraphic. We call writing a painting. Express your feeling through writing a painting. Paint in Connecticut College in 1982. That it has a year and a place, and his personal name seal, Zhu Jirong. Beautiful, very nice masterpiece. Very simple. We said, you cannot add a needle to it, as the dense part is concerned, and the sparse part could run a horse. So the negative space in this painting just is remarkable. And I'm so surprised that Kevin will give this gift to me, and that's why I like to share with you the last note to this very different workshop. I mounted some masterpieces with Kevin. Okay, so I think we can add a little more detail. The ink may need, to highlight somehow it gets lighter. I think it's better not to just leave it as is. This leg could be in the front, so front and back. That's my copy of Professor Charles on gold metallic paper. You can get from Amazon. For $10 you can buy 50 sheets. It's not the best paper for Chinese brush painting. You can see it's not absorbent, but it has a very shiny antique gold look, and pretty different. So I'm open to anything. While you keep the Chinese manner, you can use watercolor paper to try. The other day I used the other sketch paper, but the best is still this rice paper. This one is painted on some sort of mobile paper, I think. Yeah, mobile paper, fine mobile paper, like Wing Chun, that kind. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.